everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today as I share a quick tip on how you can use the GoPress and foil machine and what you can do with it, because this machine is super versatile and has lots of different ways that you can foil with all of your supplies that you have on hand. This is how your machine will look as it comes out of the box. It's very compact, features a grid heated element that will get warm and allow you to do your foiling. There is an on and off switch on the bottom portion of the machine, which we're not going to turn on just yet. I want to first show you one of the accessories that you get with your GoPress and foil machine, which is this rubber mat. You also get a pair of tweezers. I'll show you those later on. This rubber mat is meant to hold any of your hot foil stamps. Couture Creations has these hot foil stamps which are specifically designed to work with the GoPress and foil machine. These may look like dies, but they are not. They don't have any cutting lines, and they allow you to create both foiling and letterpress effects. I'm going to lay this into my GoPress and foil machine and turn the machine on by pressing the on switch. That's going to get that element heating up and also the hot foil stamp as well. You can see that the GoPress and foil machine is heating up by seeing the red light flash and indicate that it is in the process of heating. When it's fully heated, it will turn green. While this is heating up, I'm going to show you that Couture Creations has a variety of different foils. These are just some of the different foils that they have that you can use with these hot foil stamps. After about a couple minutes, the hot foil stamp is completely ready to work, and you can see that the green light is on, indicating that our heating element is nice and hot and ready for foiling. So to create your foiling sandwich, you're going to take a piece of foil and lay that face down onto the hot foil stamp. Then lay a piece of cardstock and a couple of shims depending on your machine. You're going to want to experiment and figure out how many shims you might need to do this next part of the process. I'm going to turn the machine off and lift the platform out of the conduit so that way I can go ahead and run this through my platinum die cutting machine. The cardstock shims that I used here were about 2 or 3 depending on the project that I was working on. But like I said, you're going to want to experiment and see how your machine reacts to this platform. This hot foil has transferred directly onto the cardstock and it's not going to come off. It also has created a letterpress and embossed effect into your paper. So there is a slight dimension to this as well. Now that hot foil stamp, like I mentioned earlier, is quite warm. So we're going to lay that onto the rubber mat so that way it has a chance to cool off. Now you don't have to use hot foil stamps to create foil designs in the GoPress and foil machine. You can also use regular plain old dies that you have in your stash. Dies will create a foil design in the areas where the cut lines are because those are the raised surface of the die. The sandwich for this is exactly the same, but instead of using a hot foil stamp, you simply use a die. I did this with another die from Simon Says Stamp, and I wanted to show you a fix. See how we have a little bit of foil transferred to areas where we don't want it in the corner? That's very easy to fix by taking a Tombow Mono sand eraser. Because this foil is just sitting on top of the paper and wasn't pushed into the paper by any part of the cut lines of the die, it's just sitting there. So we can take the sand eraser and rub it right off and it comes off perfectly clean and smooth. Another process that you can do to create some foil designs is take an embossing folder. On your embossing folder, you'll have 2 sides, the embossed and the debossed side. The debossed side you don't want to use. You want to make sure you use the embossed side, so the side with the raised surface. In order to do this technique, you will need a metal shim. I'm using the Memory Box metal shim here for this, and I'm going to create a sandwich by laying a piece of foil face down onto that hot metal shim. I've let that heat up inside of my GoPress and foil machine. I'm also going to take a piece of cardstock and then the embossed side only of the embossing folder. I'm going to lay that in there. The debossed side is hanging out of the platform. Once I've run that through my die cutting machine, I can remove the foil and you can see that we have some stunning foiled designs left behind, and there's also that slight embossed texture because we used an embossing folder. Here's a couple examples of how you can use some of those foil designs to create some beautiful, stunning projects that have amazing foiled effects. This machine is unique because you can't do these techniques with a laminator. So this is another fun way to get some amazing foiling effects on your cards. I hope that this quick tip was helpful. Be sure to visit us at simonsaysstamp.com for more crafty inspiration.